Hey guys, it's Lori from the Watchman's Midnight Hour, and I am noticing that there are many reports about UFOs getting shot down, unidentified flying objects. And I heard, some people, I think Osborne, his last name is Osborne, but he was really good on YouTube for a while there, and he had a um, operator dude. I forget what his name was, but they would both talk. And one of the guys, I think CJ, was it CJ Osborne or something like that? AJ Osborne, but he would wear those bug eyes, and I don't know if you guys remember that one, but he is now on Rumble, and he called himself, I think he's one of the scariest movie ever, or I think so. But he made a comment how we're on the edge of the tribulation. And he said, we're all just waiting for the bombs to come down. He knows too, and I'm mainly going to talk about the fog of war. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but if you look up fog of war in the 1800s, one of the battles, I'm not sure if it was World War I or whatever, but one of the battles that happened, a big bank of fog came down and settled between the two enemies and stopped the war. And it was really funny because I was just joking around. I bet if you might have, hey, if this is old hat, feel free to say goodbye. Goodbye, those. But those of you who haven't heard it, I was like having fun and just kind of singing around and joking around. And for some reason, I don't, it was in regards to probably Jesus, but I was like, oh, weather of war. I mentioned weather of war. And I felt like the Lord stopped me and it was like, look it up. And when I looked it up, obviously I came to fog of war. And I was like, oh my goodness. Because when they're ready to literally destroy the world, Jesus has to stop it. And he comes down to catch away the salt of the earth, to snatch us all out and be that fog of war that comes in between, all the enemies where they all are like, oh my goodness, we better stop and we better work together. All these people disappeared. And don't tell me that Satan doesn't know that this is coming and that right away, when it happens, who the Antichrist or whoever, all those top people who work alongside the fallen angels and all that, they're gonna be like, oh no, they were taken by UFOs. Oh, we better all work together. Ah. Well, I just wanted to mention the fog of war, guys, because it's gonna happen and it's coming fast and it's coming soon. And don't wait until the Feast of Trumpets, because I heard someone say that all of the fulfillments of the fall feast are in regards to the Israelites, to the Jewish nation, not to the church. It has nothing to do with the body of Christ. Ta-da! There you go. So really, think about it, guys. The Feast of Trumpets fulfillment is the start of the tribulation. That's what God was trying to when he was bringing Mark Biltz to my attention. And Mark Biltz was obviously on the wrong calendar, because the calendar we need to follow is the Enoch calendar. And thus it makes the Shemitah year and the Jubilee year starting this March, April. And that means this coming Feast of Trumpets is the fulfillment. So if you hear Mark Biltz on his messages, from El Shaddai Ministries, you'll notice if you could look back a couple years, like in June or something, he made a really good commentary. But he really holds to that at the Feast of Trumpets. The start of the tribulation has to take place. Okay? He didn't say the rapture. He said the start of the tribulation. So we have to have had the rapture prior to that. So that I kind of am looking at that April, 6th to the 13th week time frame. But I don't want anybody to get shook up. So people will be like, oh no, you're date sitting. No, I'm not. That's a whole week span of time. That's not a day or an hour. He said we can know the season. And I believe every believer is sensing it in their spirit. I almost am getting to where my love for things that are unseen, things that matter and for eternity are more important than anything on this earth. Is anybody else feeling the same way? It's just this excitement. I'm almost ready, I think, to go and stand before God up in heaven, and be there instead of here on this earth. Well, as you can tell, I kind of am getting over a cold. It wasn't major cold. No sore throat, fever, nothing. I even could smell pretty much through the whole thing. Oh, just one of those irritating little colds that cause lots of congestion. Well, I'll let you guys go. Hang in there. We are so close. We are literally on the edge of the tribulation. All right. Well, and we all know what happens just before that. Take care. Bye-bye, guys.